Is it just me? But I think America is a lonely place. When we say lonely place, it's not like Jamaica where you have most of your family member them live around you. And even if you have a family member them live around you here, so you don't really see them as much as how you would see them at Jamaica because of the work schedule, because of the timing, because timing is really important in a place, yeah. You understand? So everybody have a different time schedule. So the way how you that group up when they're at Jamaica, very see them something there over here. So me now, me left from work, I come home, most times I reach home a little bit after 3. I reach home. Normally if I there in Jamaica, I da gone up with my friend them, I gone do something, gone socialize whatever, or I da have some ear for do whatever. When I reach home, I don't have nothing for do. So you know what I resort to? Find something I like. And I think that's me. Me know you don't ever find me a bake. You wouldn't find me a make much juice. Because I don't really have much to do. I don't. So it's like work, home, nobody much to socialize with.
Due to societal standards, many people may presume that my move from the US to Jamaica was a downgrade. Let's get into the details. I went from like high-rise living, multiple vehicles, operating different businesses, to much more calm, chill lifestyle. I went from having all of the amenities, rooftop pool, concierge, lounge access, to no hot water, no AC, no dryer. Literally, I have a washing machine, but I don't have a dryer. Many people will see that as being like a downgrade in life. But if you look at it, for me, it was like a huge upgrade because it was a humbling experience. People will ask, like, why would I do that? Why would I leave all that lifestyle behind? At the end of 2022, going into 2023, I looked at myself in the mirror one night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I got everything I've ever wanted in life. I got the Tesla. I got the high rise. Everything I wanted, I manifested. It came to life, right? And I realized, like, once I attained these things, I was still not happy. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I literally have everything I've ever wanted in life, but I wasn't happy.
Every single Black person needs to visit a Black country. Go there, and not to the little touristy areas. Go to the Black areas, the real areas, and see what life could be like, especially if you're from the US, like myself. So I grew up going to Jamaica every year with my family, and it was life-changing for me as a child to see Black business owners, Black restaurant owners, Black people in commercials, Black people on billboards, Black politician, all Black everything. It was so beautiful and so inspiring. For the first time in my life, I was seen. I took off my Blackness and put on my humanness. I wasn't just Jessica the Black girl, I was just Jessica. And if you've never experienced what life is like outside of your Blackness, outside of your exterior, you'll be surprised to know how much freedom there is in just being you. I've been in many social spaces where I walk in, I'm representing as the only Black person there. And you have to be very mindful and cognizant of everything you do, everything you say, how you walk, how you dress, because there are so many stereotypes and stigmas about you already that you need to walk in on your A game. You don't realize how much all of these things are playing on your psyche, on what you think is possible, on what life could be, what normalcy is. You don't always have to be the other. Growing up in the US, going to school, it was so hard to make friends because people are afraid of me. People think I'm gonna act a certain way or be a certain way. I went to Jamaica, I would be there for 5 days and leave with 10 friends because these people are just seeing me for me. There's no preconceived notions of who this tall Black girl is. Even if you think life is great here, it can be so much better in a place where you can truly be you. Trust me. I don't know if I'm raising my kids in Jamaica or if I'm retiring in Jamaica because I have to live there for at least a year because it is so fantastic. And if I have children, I also want them to see all the possibilities life can be as a person of color.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. So guys, I want us to watch this video from Black Americans. They have come out and shared the reasons to why majority of Black Americans, they are moving from United States to Jamaica, and some of them, they are also moving to African countries. So kindly guys, watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
I'm speaking of black people, but really this could be applicable to anybody. And I'm saying this at a time where a lot of Americans are starting to think about leaving America. A lot already have, but especially right now, more people are starting to think about leaving. And I am begging you to leave capitalism here. America isn't just bad because of racism. I know that racism might be the thing that you feel the most tangibly. Racism is an arm of capitalism, which came from colonialism. Leave capitalism here. If you're leaving, leave to start new. I'm specifically looking at African Americans who are moving to African countries. And I'm just seeing colonists. We've got to understand what it is. We've got to call a spade a spade. It doesn't make you better because you're black. We cannot just move in droves with no desire to connect to the countries we're moving to, just with the purpose to extract, just build for ourselves. You want to move to build a business for yourself. You want to move to invest for yourself. You're not moving to invest in the country. You're not moving to invest in the community there. You're moving to invest for yourself. What do we call that? We see that on a domestic level in the United States. I just moved back to Atlanta. I grew up around Atlanta. I'd always wanted to come back, and I came back to find that, like, the culture is being sucked out of here. Don't even get me started in the economy. I mean, people move here with no care about what was here before at all. And I know y'all have had to see that in other parts of America. So I'm not understanding how you can move to these other countries and do the same thing. Like, I'm already seeing videos about all this descent from Ghanaians and Kenyans who are talking about how the American migrants there have, like, caused the economy to jump ×4. I need us to be critical, okay? This has to be bigger than you. Like, this has to be building a better world. Like, you can only aspire to be what the colonizers were. You can't think outside of that. You can't aspire bigger to that. And look, honestly, imagining a new world is hard. But I promise you, the countries that you move to, somebody's thought about it. Plug into what's there. Please, if you're looking at migrate with intention, and with the intention to connect to the community there. Instead of asking, like, what business can I start? What needs to be done there? Like, how can you bring your skills? Don't just become a new extractor. I can't get down with that. I don't want to be grouped in with y'all. Come on. And then it's like, that road leads to nowhere. Capitalism eats itself. In the United States, we're witnessing late stage capitalism. That's what we're leaving. So you want to just go and create the whole cycle. You want to just go start the cycle in a whole new country. And it's okay because you look like them.
Hey y'all, so really quickly, I was watching a CNBC Make It episode, right? You know, that channel where people move abroad from the US, Western world, Canada, UK, wherever, and they share their journey and their comparison of living life abroad versus the US, right? Most times it's always positive, you know, the cost of living, just, you know, feeling better, becoming their best self, all that good stuff. Go check it out, right? But anyway, recently I was watching an episode where this girl and her husband and her little baby, about 2 years old, they moved from the US to Greece, and she was sharing her experience, what she loves about Greece, and all that good stuff, right? Tell me why did somebody comment this here? Basically saying, I wonder why she didn't move to Africa. Y'all, it really baffles me why people think that every black person should up and move to Africa. Maybe Africa, first of all, right? Africa is such a big place, right? Africa, you know, is an entire continent, right? Lots of countries, whichever. And she sounds well traveled. She sounds like she's been all over the world, and she's probably been to quite a few African countries. I don't know. but it probably wasn't a good fit for her and her family. Maybe the cost of living, maybe the accessibility to stuff. I don't know, whatever reason. And so I don't understand why people feel like every black person, or it's an abomination, or it's just this huge thing, right? Like, shame on you for moving to wherever you move to and not a country in Africa. Like, it really baffles me. Please stop. Every country is not suited for everyone, regardless of your skin color, right? I myself personally have been to Africa, specifically West Africa, Ghana, and do I appreciate the culture? I appreciate the culture, the history, the food. The food was amazing, all of that. It felt somewhat like home in a sense, but is it a place where I personally would move to with my family? No, right? For a lot of different reasons, right? There's a lot of other countries. Hey, baby. There's a lot of other countries that I think is a better fit, right? Let's just say that. I'm currently living in Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand, and we absolutely love it. We feel like it's a great fit for our family, at least right now, right? And so, no, stop. Please stop it. Just because somebody's black doesn't mean that they need to move to Africa. The world is a huge place, okay? And if a black person don't feel like they want to move to Africa, leave it alone. That's all I have.
What's up, guys? So I'm sitting here on my balcony, and when I tell you it's a little breeze out here, man, that's probably why I got sick last week, man, because of this breeze. And this is unlike Santo Domingo, especially around this time. It's almost May. It's supposed to be scorching hot, but let me enjoy this while I can, because trust me, it's going to be months and months of pure heat. So anyway, I was out here and I was going through my comments here on TikTok, and I get a common question that I see all the time. People ask me, why did you move from the U.S. to Dominican Republic? So I decided I'm going to address that question and give you some of my reasons. I'm not going to give you all of them, but I'll give you some of them, the ones that I think were more important to me. But the others, I'm not going to say they're less important, but I'm just not going to say them here on TikTok, because people nowadays are easily offended, and I don't have time to be going back and forth with anybody on TikTok about what I believe, and nobody's going to change my mind about it. So I'm going to talk about the ones that I feel comfortable sharing here on TikTok, and I'm sure that those who are looking to move back to Dominican Republic, or move to Dominican Republic, or move abroad, probably share some of these same feelings. And these are in no particular order, but here are 4 of my reasons. And reason number 1 is the growing tension and division in the United States. Everybody in the United States seems to be on edge about something. To me, it seems like everyone is like a ticking time bomb just waiting to explode. It also feels like everybody's just looking to be offended by something. You can't say anything, you can't do anything, because somebody out there is looking to get offended. And I'll take it a step further. The political tension and division also has gotten out of hand. We look at everybody over there as either you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, which is dumb. I don't know how we got so invested in these political parties that we'll damage relationships with long-term friends, families, jobs, and all this stuff, man. It is just crazy. I remember the time we used to debate who was better, Tupac or Biggie, LeBron or Jordan, McDonald's or Burger King, ham or burger, peanut butter or jelly, the Jetsons or the Flintstones. And now we don't do none of that no more. We're debating about politics, man. I don't have time for that, man. And not saying people are not into politics here, because they are, but not to the point, at least in my experience, to the point where they'll destroy their family. They won't talk to their kids, they won't talk to their husband, they'll get divorced. Not to that point. I hadn't seen it here. So that's number 1. Number 2 is the high cost of living. The cost of living in the United States has just gotten bad, way, way bad. Before I moved here, I was living in Fort Lauderdale, and I was paying about $2,400 a month for a 2-bedroom and 2-bath apartment. When I moved here, I was able to cut that in half on my accommodations. But here's the kicker. The $2,400 covers all my overhead just living here. So what I was paying in Fort Lauderdale, $2,400 just on rent, that covers everything here in Santo Domingo. And of course it doesn't cover my entertainment, me going out to eat or going out to get a cigar, or even going out for drinks, but it covers all my overhead. And that's still a little bit less than $2,400. It's really around $2,200, $2,300 per month. So the cost of living, as you can see, was a factor. So let's move on to number 3, the continuous rat race of the 9 to 5. Yes, now I understand not everybody can quit their job and move abroad and live in another country. And you know what? I didn't think I could either. But when I started focusing on it and putting a plan together and really dialing in on what I wanted, things started to happen for me where I was able to do it. So I had to get out of that system. I just could no longer stand that system. So now I work for myself. I was able to buy back a lot of my time to focus on some of the things that I like to do the most. And the last one is the senseless and random gun violence. Yes, the United States has gotten really dangerous over the last decade or so, where the violence just has gotten to a point where a lot of people, they are desensitized to it now. It's like when there's a mass shooting, it's like, oh, that's another one. And then the next day is business as usual, you know. And I have a daughter, and the last thing I was going to do was put my daughter in a public school in the United States and have me as a parent worried about whether she gonna come home. No, that wasn't gonna happen. And even for myself, I didn't want to be at a grocery store or at a mall or something, and some fool comes in because he's mad, poor little Johnny. I don't have time for that. And I know somebody's gonna say, but there's crime in DR. I know it is. Of course there's crime in DR. There's crime everywhere. I mean, I haven't heard of any mass shootings anywhere. I haven't heard anybody running up in a school or anything like that. I mean, if you have, then let me know. I haven't heard of that. You know, I don't feel threatened when I go to the grocery store that somebody's going to come and shoot it up. I don't feel threatened if I'm inside a church, somebody's going to shoot the church up. I don't feel threatened when I'm at a restaurant, somebody's just going to walk up and just start killing everybody. I don't feel threatened like that here. So don't try to compare the crime here to the crime in the United States. It's not comparable. Period. I don't care what you say. So don't try to convince me otherwise. So anyway, so those are some of the reasons why I decided to leave the United States and move to the Dominican Republic. If you got other reasons why you're looking to move out of the country, or if you're already out of the country, what are some of the reasons that you decided to? Put them in the comments below.
Okay, so you want advice, you're a family of 6, you're moving to Jamaica, you don't know anyone there, you have limited funds. Here's the thing, and this is something that I tell people when they book consultations all the time, is that where you decide to go and why you decide to go there are going to be like key factors. So I would ask here if you are planning on like getting residency in Jamaica, if you know what that process looks like, why you've chosen Jamaica in the first place, aside from the fact that it's gorgeous and beautiful and the food is amazing. But here I would really say to you, 1, is Jamaica the fantasy or is Jamaica the reality? Does it fit in with what y'all really want to do, with what you're trying to do? Especially if you don't know anyone there, you're going to be depending on locals and local culture. You can always get into like expat groups on Facebook, find people that are already there, have moved there, maybe other Americans, so that you can start to build a support system and learn how to integrate. But to take a step back from this very generally, I'll say, the other thing here is understanding like cost of living and what that looks like and feels like. So numbeo.com is a really great site to go to understand like what living somewhere is actually going to feel like as far as your wallet is concerned. And then also the other thing is like, during the integration process, it can be very expensive. So you may go to Numbeo and look up what rentals are like for, I don't know where in Jamaica you're going, the cost of living is going to be different. But, you know, do you need a 3-4 bedroom place? Do you want a house or an apartment? Are you going to be in the city center where you can like walk and get your groceries easily accessible, or are you going to be, you know, out somewhere where you may need a car to invest in like an ATV? All of these all these things are gonna factor into the decision that you make. So my advice for you, as much as this is going to sound like a pain, is going to be to get out a spreadsheet and to do as much research as you can on cost of living. And I would do that across TikTok. I would get in groups on Facebook. I would ask questions. I would use the search bar in the Facebook groups. I would get on YouTube. I would go to numbio.com. I would also try to make contacts in Jamaica before y'all arrive, depending on where you're going to be, whether you're, you know, going to Kingston or you're going to go to like a smaller place out there, because when you land, you're going to need people who have either made the transition or people who you're familiar with and who can help you. Because when you're abroad, something as simple as like paying a light bill could be very different. And again, I don't know why y'all chose Jamaica. I'd love to know why you did choose Jamaica, but that's just sort of like the starting point. The other thing that I'll say with like limited funds is, how are you planning to make money once you get there? Unless you're going after like a work visa, you have residency, you know, you have to be like an entrepreneur, have like a remote job where working in Jamaica isn't going to be a problem. You know, they're not going to be checking your VPN. So that's the other thing. If you're looking for like passive income streams or other ways that you can sort of like monetize, then that's important too. But honestly, beloved, I would get out a spreadsheet and I would take a look at how much it's going to cost, how much you have, and how much you plan on making, and even project that so that you can get a gauge of monthly expenses. And again, mind you, the startup costs are going to be a good bit. You have to pay a deposit on a department. You're not going to know the cheapest places to shop when you first get there. All of that kind of stuff. Like if you get an apartment, you're going to have to either furnish it or you're going to have to like rent furnished, which is going to be more for your monthly. So start with the research. And if you want some help, or anyone else who's thinking about like relocation stuff, you want more tailored advice or guidance, there's a link in our bio to book a consultation. So best of luck to you though. Jamaica's gorgeous. Maybe I'll come visit.
I hope you have watched that video and you have seen the reasons to why majority of black Americans, they are moving out of United States to go and stay in some of the black countries in the Caribbean. Like majority of them, they are going to Jamaica, and also others black Americans, they are also going to Africa, some of the African country also. So this is tell you that majority of black Americans right now, they are moving out of America because of how America it has turned into. Right now, I can tell you that United States, it is not a dream country anymore. It is not that country that a majority of black people we used to see as a country of opportunity, a country where so many black people, they are going to make it while they are visiting United States. Right now, things have changed, and I'm so happy to see majority of black Americans coming out and telling us exactly what it is happening in the United States and educating us black people, so that for us black people, if you want to go in United States, exactly we know exactly what to do before going to the United States or any Western countries, because right now things have changed in all Western countries. Majority of black Americans, not only even black Americans, majority of our also black people who they move in United States to go and look for green pasture, to go and look for more opportunity. Also majority of them, they are returning back home, and also majority of them, they have come out and tell us exactly how life it has changed in United States. We know exactly since Donald Trump came into power, majority of the people who voted in for Donald Trump, they are also right now regretting to why they voted for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, he promised to make America great again, but Donald Trump, he has gone to an extent whereby he has made life more difficult in United States, whereby we have seen majority of white people also, they have started to lose their jobs. Majority of them, they are losing their jobs, and also majority also of the white people, of the white Americans, they can't even afford a basic necessities. Even so you can imagine, if the white people, they cannot even afford basic necessities, majority of them right now, they can't pay their hospital bill. Majority of them, they can't afford 3 meals in a day. So this is to tell you that life it has changed in America, and also life it has become more difficult, whereby for those for those black people who they really want to go in America, you need to be more very careful, because the Americans, they are moving out of their country, because their country right now, it is for the rich people. You can see the people who are in the government, these people, they are billionaires, these people, they are the rich people who are controlling the economy of United States. But right now, you know, the billionaires, they are not affected. These people, they are making United States to favor the millionaires and the billionaires in the United States, but they don't care about the poor people. So right now, if you are a richer, America, it is for you. If you're a billionaire, America, it is for you, because the policy and all that, they have made it to favor the billionaires. But for the poor people, they will still continue to be poor. And that's why I'm telling you that right now, America, it is not safe for the black people, and also it is not safe for those people who are poor, because America right now, it is for the rich people, and right now America dream, it is no more. Right now, majority of people, they are moving out of America, because America, Donald Trump, he has ruined America. Donald Trump, he has you can see recently he has made so many enemy country with America. Right now, we saw what happened with the Chinese and America. They were fighting because of the trading tariff, and this is tell you that this country, it doesn't want to have a peace with so many countries. So right now, Donald Trump is going to destroy America slowly, and I think America, it won't recover from what Donald Trump is doing. So this is tell you that right now things have changed in America, and this is an educational video to I'm making this video to educate my people who they really want to go to America, and for those people who they are in America, to know that it is very safe and it is very okay for those black people who are in America and they want to come back home. You are welcome here home, and feel free to come back home, because also here we know what America, we know exactly America, it is not a dim country anymore. Right now, people, they are moving out of America. We saw what Donald Trump he did to our black people who they were illegal immigrant. Donald Trump, he was deporting all illegal immigrant back to their country, and this is to tell you that we black people, we need to start to work in our country. We need also to develop our country. We need to create more jobs in our country, so that we cannot be mistreated like how we have seen Donald Trump is deporting illegal immigrants back to their country. All these crackdowns of searching for illegal immigrant, these people, they are targeting black people. They are targeting black immigrant, for those people who they are illegally in United States, because they want to reduce a number of the black people. You know, America, it was scared because it was having more population. Population of the black people in America, they were increasing. So for them to come and reduce this population, it is by deporting black people. And also the other day, they were offering some amount of money so that people can the black people, they can set up their fellow black people, so that these people, they can be deported. So this tell you that these people, they are highly cracking down black people, so that they can deport them to their country. And also these people, they always fear black people. So you know, these people, the reasons why these people, they fear black people, it is they know that black population, it is growing each and every day. Each and every day, black population, it is growing, while their population, it is decreasing each and every day. So right now, I can tell you that black people, we are the majority. You cannot, when you travel this whole world, you will not miss to find a black person. So black people, we are everywhere, and that it is black people, we have become the majority, and these people, they are fearing because of how we are majority and how our population, it is growing each and every day. So they are fearing that one day we will take over their country, and to remove that fear, so they want to deport, they are now deporting black people in their country. So, and also this is like a wake-up call to all black people. We need to return back to our country. We need to develop our country. We need to create more jobs to our country, and also we need to try and make it while we are in our country. If there is a country that you black people you cannot be deported, it is your own country. Nobody can tell you something in your own country. Nobody can deport you in your own country. So it is better for you to love your country, to try and make it while you are in your own country. There is nowhere home. There is nowhere sweet like a home. There is no better place like a home. So you stay in your country, develop your country, create more jobs. Tell your government to at least create more jobs for you black people, and we will make it while we are in our country. And for those people who they are now moving out of United States, come back home. Let us come here home in Africa or in Jamaica, share the knowledge, share the ideas, share the experience that you have gotten from United States, and that idea and the knowledge will help us black people also to develop and grow our country. So kindly guys, thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.